Good evening. Hello everyone. Pop your hands up. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to picture yourself in a large open field. If you are new here and this is your first time watching, let me know. If not, please just share this live stream. Help me with my rise with spirituality, getting everybody into understanding how spirituality can work for them and how beautiful it actually is. I'm losing my voice here. Hello. So I'm going to continue my story. We have been telling you, me and Spirit, all about what's been happening. We only started yesterday, so you haven't missed much. If you want to watch the live stream from yesterday, you can. It's about 40 minutes long, which in hindsight was probably a bit too long, but once I got into it, I kind of forgot where I was and I just started chatting away. So I got to the point yesterday where, so anyway, the house was blessed and the priest come along, blessing the vicar, vicar, same thing, came along and he blessed the house and everything was good. And I automatically felt safer. I can't describe it. Very much similar to how I felt in church, even though in church they're very much about, you know, spirits or the devil, and spirituality is not, you know, it's frowned upon in their religion. So I was like, okay, but even with or knowing all that, and even with some of the chants he was saying, I did actually feel better. Now, in hindsight, I don't know whether those clearings actually really work, whether it's more of a psychological thing, but I did feel better. I felt more comfortable. I felt happier. I felt at ease. And I just thought, okay. And then one day I was looking out of the living room window and I saw the lady again. And she was standing in the garden looking at me and she looked sad. And she was by the fruit trees. So I was like, oh, she's standing by the fruit trees. And I was like, Mum, she's standing in the garden by the fruit tree. She looks sad. I think my mum was just like, please just stop this, you know. She says, look, I can't do anything. I can't do anything about this, Katie. She's like, I have had the house blessed. If she's in the garden, what do I do about the garden? I think my poor mum at her wit's end. And I was like, but she's annoyed at me because she's in the garden now and she looks sad. And mum was like, no, she loved the garden. She'll be fine. It'll all be okay. And I was like, oh, okay. So that was where we were at with that. Then everything went quite quiet. I could still feel spirit around, but very similar to what the students say when they come, how they can see like shadows in their peripheral vision and they can just feel spiritual presence around them. So it wasn't anything I couldn't handle, but it wasn't anything too invasive either. They weren't like appearing at the end of the bed like they were before. And they would like tap me in the night, they'd be waving, they'd be literally standing next to me like I'm looking at you now. Well, looking at myself, but you get the picture. And that was just awful. Whereas this, at least it was peripheral vision and it was like a shadow or a ball of light or something along those lines. So it was a bit more manageable. And the dreams of being taken would only happen about once or twice a week. Has anyone ever had those dreams? So what I mean by being taken is they would take me out of the bed in my dream and then I would literally see my body and then they'd take me to another area or another realm or to another part of the house and then just sit me down on the settee. And then when I moved out, just to fast forward a little bit, when I moved out and lived with Mr. H for the first time, they used to take me from the bed in our apartment and literally used to take me back to my mum and dad's house and sit me in the living room on the settee like I've been naughty. Like, how dare you leave? Come and sit back on the settee where you belong. This is your home. So it was crazy. It really was. The energy of that house was next level. And I often wonder now whether if we'd lived in, say, like a new build or a house that was quite, you know, relatively new, maybe not quite a new build, would the energy have been so strong? Would I be here now with you all? Would my gift have gone unnoticed and unnoted completely? Would it have took me years to even realise that I was different, even longer than what I did? So I don't know, it's a weird one to think about times, you know, and I think those sliding door moments, you know, if you weren't here, what would have happened? And, you know, just what could have been, who knows? So anyway, I was obviously meant to live there. We're obviously meant to stay, and I was obviously meant to have that traumatic experience because otherwise I wouldn't have been here with you guys, would I? So that's where we're at with that. I'm losing my trail of thought with the story. Where am I going? So I'm conscious that I'm on McDonald's car park and everyone's looking at me. And yeah, I don't to wait for a phone call. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet. So, and then where am I at now? So yes, so life became quite calm. I went back to normality. I could concentrate at school. My grades started to go up, so all was good. Parents took a deep breath, thought maybe it was just a childhood thing and I was all right. But it wasn't okay because spirit never ever leave you. They never, never leave you. And the gift was kind of just muted by everyday life. So there's some students that come into the school, and when they first start, they can have so much hyperactivity around them, and then they start developing, it all goes quiet. And they're like, oh, I used to get loads before I joined your school. I used to get people tapping me in the night. I used to get this, that, and the other. And now I get nothing. Where has spirit gone? I've lost my gift. I've lost my gift. And in some cases, it's because you started to develop, they give you some space. And in other situations, it's because you've got so much going on in your human experience, human mind, that spirit are kind of giving you a break and they can't quite get through. So that's what was happening to me. Because I've got so much going on, they couldn't quite get through. So I was like, this is great. I've grown out of my gift. I'm normal. I'm like everybody else. I'm just blending in. So it's very much what I wanted, which was to blend in, be normal, not stand out, and just be normal and just blend in. And I don't know why that was so important. Maybe because I'd never had it, and then I felt like one of the normals, the normal people, whatever normal is. And I would start going out with my friends. I was a bit of a wild teenager. I was always going out, always doing things. And I've just dropped my daughter off, my eldest one, to meet a boyfriend. And he's a lovely chap, lovely lad. And he's in a car and he's just passed his driving test. And I was like, oh, we're getting to that stage. And I was thinking, I was in cars at a much younger age than her with people who I don't even think have passed their driving test. So, you know, I think really. So that was it really with that. So like when I think back to that and I'm like, oh my gosh, no, I was crazy like that, but I was just normal. I was like, to me, it was a normal teenager. I was having a great experience, being a bit, you know, wild and being a bit out there. To me, it was great. I loved it. And I had the best time ever, really did. So I was one of the classed as the normal, but I could always read people. So one thing I would say it gave me ahead of everyone else was it made me streetwise because I could see when something was not right. So if I was somewhere I shouldn't have been, which was quite often, then I could judge the energy of it and I knew if it was dangerous and I knew if like something wasn't quite right or if somebody speaking to me was a little bit, you know, maybe not got the best intentions. So my gift served me well, but I was blissfully unaware of this. I just thought I was quite streetwise. I just thought I was quite savvy, which I was a little bit, but it was also the gift. I was tuned in, and it was almost like spirit were protecting me and going, well, you know, you're going to go off and be wild, you're going to go off and be naughty, but we'll make sure you're okay. And that was just, I think that's one of the things that I didn't realize was really good and really good about the gift. So if you do have a psychic child and you are trying to maybe give them some guidance, know that it's going to serve them in the future. Know that in any situation they're in, they'll know if it's a good situation or not, and they'll be able to help themselves and tune in. So I'm going to leave the story there. So I was a wild teenager. I was using my gift to connect, and that's where we're at with it. So I didn't realize I was doing it at the time, but I was tuning in and checking the safety of where I was, checking the authenticity of the people around me. So it was already serving me without me even being aware of it. So if you think if you've got a gift that maybe is underdeveloped, you're probably doing that now. You're probably utilizing it in so many great ways, but being blissfully unaware. It is amazing. Linda's saying, I think once you have a better understanding of spirit, the fears seem to ease. I enjoy my visits from spirit and love chatting to them. It is. It's the fear of the unknown, isn't it? You do fear what you don't know. And sometimes about their death, if spirit want to share them with me. Yeah, exactly. They do actually share if you do ask them. Jan's saying, I keep seeing angel numbers, feathers and songs in my dreams. Ah, amazing. I love that. I love those type of dreams. Hi, Sarah. Hello, Pauline. Mitch is saying, what does it mean when you see flashes of light all the time in corner of the eye, like glitter really quick? Angels, angel lights. So they're very much like just angels all around you protecting you. So either you've been asking for protection or you haven't been reaching out to me enough. So it's like it's one or the other. Lorraine's saying, my TV came on the other night and it was white light and nothing else. Okay, so you need to lean in more to spirit and get some support from them. Are you having a bit of a hard time? Could be that. So there we go, my darlings. Are you all enjoying these lives? Who shared it for me? Let me know. Who shared? Give me a big love heart. Say if you shared in the comments, because I am running little competitions. Hello, Pauline. I'm running competitions, so let me know if you have shared it, and I will add you all into the list. Thank you very much, your angels. Help me get the message out there to all those that spirituality can do so much love in the world and give it a better name. That would be great. Thank you. And I'll be back tomorrow with part 3 of 33. Part 3 of 33. So I will have more time. I'll be in a normal scenario setting, but it's good for you to see behind the scenes. This is what it's like. If you are new to me, you've never watched me before, I am Katie Helliwell. I'm the psychic medium and the spiritual business mentor, and I help people with their gifts develop. And I run a fantastic Facebook group called Spirits and White Feathers, if you want to get yourselves in there. I love you all so much. I will be back tomorrow. Big kisses. I'm going to go and see the Lash Queen and the Brow Queen, see what she looks like. She'll look a lot better than I do. Love you all. Mwah. Bye.